Hi, my name's Dr. Amanda Gummer and I'm here with Hue Animation Studio talking to you today about a great product that we reviewed in the Good Toy Guide. Fundamental Children is the home of the Good Toy Guide. We are an independent body reviewing toys and apps. You can see the logos here for children and adults to be able to make informed choices about the toys that they choose. This is Hue Animation. This is what we're talking about today. It's the Hue Animation Studio, and it's a brilliant little camera set for stop animation films and stop animation films and time-lapse photography. So you can set the camera. This is the camera here. You can set it to take photos using the software at specific time intervals, so you can see different processes. If you're doing sort of science experiments at home, that can be really good. And you can make little animated films, which can be really great for children's imagination and how they're working together. We loved it so much, we put it in our Christmas Good Toy Guide this year. It's here for you to have a look at. It's also available online, but the Hue Animation Studio did really well when we tested it with children. We really like watching the kids work collaboratively because they kept bringing other children to play, talking about the stories they were developing, and because they were working together, they developed really rich stories, and the animated output was really good. We also got reports from teachers that children had used it for homework, especially children who struggle with standing up and talking in public. Maybe they're a bit shy, maybe they have language issues, but being able to use the Hue Animation Studio to be able to produce things that they're able to then present to their peers or their teachers. It really gives them a boost in confidence, and the parents were really pleased to be able to see how some of their sort of less confident children were able to demonstrate their skills. Looking at the frames per minute and the techniques and changing things around, we saw that some of the older children were getting really into the science of the filmmaking, and you could see some of them wanting to be on camera themselves, and then working out things like the frames per minute and how often that they needed to take the stop frame shots in, to make sure that they got the right sequence of events, and they took them often enough to get the right enough content, but not too often that nothing was changing. They were playing around with that, so they were trial and error learning. They were developing all of those really technical skills, which was lovely to see. And then other children really engaged with the narrative and the story making and being creative with some of the plasticine content, or the little figures that they brought in, and the sets that they were putting some effort into making the sets to create these little animations. So it was really nice to see such a versatile product being able to be used by lots of different children in lots of different ways. So we've got some questions coming in now on the live chat. We've got a question from one of our clients from earlier. How's the Hue Animation Studio different to the other computer-based games? It's a creative tool for a start, so it's not about just making sure that it's not just a sort of camera. It's actually helping children create, and with the balanced play diet model that we passionately believe in, it's great to be able to marry tech with offline play and imagination. So children also get instant feedback. They can see their efforts in a really short space of time, and it's great to be able to do this both at school for school projects and homework and things like that, but also being able to do it as a fun thing with their friends at home to create things that they can then keep as memories of occasions and play dates and stuff. And we really like the fact that they do it collaboratively really well with their friends. Hi everybody, thank you for joining. I've got some other comments coming through here. There is lots of interaction. I'm just going to have a look, scroll through these. So what are some of the ways it can be used? There's two principal ways that this is used. The stop frame animation, so they're sort of making those little scenes and cartoons that can be really effective, and you can find these on the Hue Animation website, I believe, and certainly there's some YouTube videos of them. And the other one is the time-lapse photography, so being able to record things over a period of time, plants growing, cake rising in the oven, all those kind of fun things that kids don't necessarily want to sit and watch, but actually like seeing the process. I know somebody who actually used it as to watch their house being built. So they were having an extension being built, and they used it to film day by day, and they just took one photo every day. But I think that was a really nice way of doing it too. It can be used for role play, it can be used for developing narrative, like we said, and also the creativity in the setting the scene. So the little figures, creating the sets, so you've got a real range of skills. And actually, when you're going into filmmaking, if that's something that you're interested in, you need people who are good at the arts side of things, the decorating the set, designing that, somebody to make the story, somebody to man the camera. So it's a really nice way of having children with a real mixed set of skills playing collaboratively together and creating something that they can all really be proud of. So when we tested this with the children, again, we've tested all of our toys in the Good Toy Guide on at least 4 different occasions with different groups of children. We found that this was particularly appealing to children in primary school. Those children from about 7 or 8 onwards, they were 7 or 8 upwards, were able to master the techniques and the camera work on their own, and also create the narratives that gave them the finished result that they needed, and that they could be really proud of. Some of the younger children enjoyed playing with it and they enjoyed being involved, but we found that sort of the 8 to 10-year-old groups was probably the most sort of the key target. And by the time you get to sort of 11 and 12, you're able to make some really sophisticated output. So it is a product that lasts for more than just a Christmas or two. And I think, again, because it's something that older children can support younger children with, it's really nice to see that, you know, they can build those skills, and that, again, that widens the appeal. Children that were younger than that, they did like just sort of being on camera, recording, watching themselves back, and they needed a little bit of help with some of the editing software. But again, it's such a versatile product. It's accessible, it's inclusive, it encourages that collaboration, and yeah, a really nice sort of family event, if you like, for Christmas. I think it could be something that the whole family kind of uses as a after dinner activity, or a fun thing to do on Boxing Day, where the toys have just got a bit sort of angled. You could bring on new toys that you got for Christmas and make films with them, teddy bear picnics, all that kind of stuff. So it actually facilitates playing with other things as well. So it's not an exclusive toy, but it sort of brings things together. I was just wondering if anybody had any more questions. I'm just going to scroll down. So the other things I would like to mention about new animation is the ability for you to create those kind of lasting memories, and with emotional attachment and emotional well-being and resilience being such an important focus for society at the moment. Creating sort of a regular blog or a video diary and having those memories that children can then store, albeit digitally, and go back and revisit when they're a bit older, when they're feeling a bit down, when they're feeling unsure of themselves, really can ground children in that kind of who they are and where they come from. It's also a lovely way to be able to communicate with other members of the family who maybe aren't always there. You can make the recordings and create that video for your grandparents in Australia or whoever it is. So, you know, you've got a lot of versatility in how you can use your animation studio, and because the software is so child friendly, it makes it really easy to just to use it to create those animations or the time frame photographies. So I think it's something that everybody should be considering on their Christmas list this year if they haven't already. Really happy to have had the chance to test this with the Good Toy Guide, and the feedback from the kids was really special. So I'm really happy to be able to tell you a bit more about it. If you don't have any more questions, I'm just scrolling down. Oh, we do have one. Would it be good for teachers? Mix up our classroom projects in 2019. Absolutely. I think it would be great for teachers. And I think depending on the age of the classroom or the age of the class, I think for the younger kids, being able to use it with the teachers sort of leading it would be great. For the older children, I think certainly sort of 8 years old plus, getting them to use it to produce narrative, to develop their language, literacy, storytelling skills, really, really powerful. Project work can be great. They can go and use it for science projects. So I think there's lots of ways of using Hue within a classroom setting that would really engage the children in a much more sort of interactive way with some of the content. So I absolutely recommend this for children, for classrooms. Is it okay to be encouraging as kids to use screens more than they already do? That's a lovely question. Thank you, Anna. Yes, I know that is a big problem, and we do. We support a balanced play diet in the same way that you would balance your children's nutrition. You've got the superfoods. It's very difficult to get too much of the broccoli and the fruit and the veg and all the rest of it. In the same way that you've got active, free, social, imaginative, child-led play. And I would say that the Hue Animation Studio facilitates an awful lot of those. What you don't want about screen time is it to make children, give children too much sedentary, solitary or passive play. So it's not the screen per se that is the problem, it's what the screen time engenders or encourages. So if your child is using screens but they're doing active, imaginative, social, child-led, free play, then happy days. If they're using a screen and being solitary, sedentary and passive, then that's the bit that you need to manage. So I don't want to sort of demonize tech and screens without really digging down into what it is that we're doing. So I really applaud Hue for coming up with a way of using tech that encourages all the really good play patterns and helps children develop some really key skills. Thank you, Rebecca. The recording Hummerbee pictures, yeah, perfect for that. Any kind of craft projects you're doing, building models, Lego towers, or anything that you're creating, whether it's cooking or gardening or anything like that, perfect assistant to help you record the process and see how things go. Absolutely. I'm just going to scroll down, see if there's any more questions. If that's about it, I think we've got all the questions that we're going to get tonight. So I'm going to say thank you very much for tuning in, and I highly recommend you go and check out the Hue Animation Studio, as endorsed by the Good Toy Guide. There we go, the Good Toy Guide. We are really happy to be working with Hue, and hope to be able to bring you more toys in the future. Thank you. Let me just end that.